with Inspirational Rob
and E.
And my man Dr. Connor is back. If you didn't hear the first episode, go back and listen to the first episode. Right. It's on all forms of podcasting, iHeartRadio, Google, Apple Play, YouTube, all formats. So go back and look at that. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Like, share, comment, subscribe. We gotta always remember to say that. We new to this game, so we gotta remember to say that. Eddie should have reminded me of that because he's a professional here. But my man, Dr.
Rob
Connor,
E and Dr. E.
And Dr. E. Dr.
I like that. I like that.
Man, I want to go back and get a doctor, but I'm too old now. I'm gonna have to buy one somewhere on the internet.
You know they charging too much these days.
They charging too much.
Yeah, you don't want to pay for it.
He just had to come
up
with a donation. He had to come up with a program. I just do a 12-step doctorate program. Man, you went from your first book was
Finding the Can in Cancer.
Finding the Can in Cancer. And we were just talking off camera about a young men's initiative that you implemented and the Obama administrator picked it up. I say you went from cancer to the Capitol.
That'll preach.
Man, from cancer to the Capitol. How did that happen?
Man, you know what? I was doing a speaking engagement at a church, and former Congressman Hanson Clark happened to be there.
Okay.
And he was really impressed with the speech because, you know, Christ in the community and bringing some of that conversation into it. And I said, hey, you know, however I can be of support. He said, say less. He had one of his people reach out to me, went up and did a little interview, so to speak, at his office. And he said, hey, we'd like to bring you on to maybe speak for him at certain events and be a body person. I wound up, you know, being one of his right-hand men, going to events with him and, you know, just being in the car, having conversations, whatever, you know, stuff.
Huge.
Yeah, huge.
Relationships.
Right. So serving in the 13th district in Detroit and really began to get, you know, just grassroots, boots on the ground type of aspect, see the needs of the people. I said, hey, you know, I have this program, Boys to Books. Illiteracy is a big issue. It's 50% of, they say, Detroiters in the city are illiterate, hard to read above a 4th grade level. Wow. And so he said, wow, he's really started thinking about this. He said, maybe we could do something, not just citywide, but nationally.
Yeah.
And addressing literacy. I said, because I gave him all the research, literacy and incarceration, interconnected, so on and so forth. So we drafted a resolution up after getting all the content, the research, connected with his constituents in D.C., here to Detroit. And we developed a resolution, HRES 721, addressing the illiteracy aspect and bolstering opportunities in education for Black and Hispanic males. And he said, you know what? I struggle with illiteracy as well, is what he told me.
Okay.
Because he wound up dropping out of high school, had to go back, eventually went to Cornell, so on and so forth. And he got bipartisan support with a Republican, a Black man named Tim Scott out of South Carolina. They both stood on the floor of the House and said, hey, we both struggle with illiteracy and we overcame it. Imagine how many other Black and Hispanic brothers are struggling just like we are. And we developed that resolution, never became, you know, legislation. It's hard to make that legislation, but at least a resolution. And, you know, President Obama picked that resolution up and used much of the language to develop My Brother's Keeper.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
What did you say to yourself in that?
You know what? It happened, I think it was February of, what was it? Maybe 2014, 15, if my dates aren't off. But he was standing up and I watched it in the classroom with my young men, you know, on the computer. And he's standing with other brothers who look like these brothers in the classroom. And I got on the phone with Hanson, and I mean, he's just like, man, we did it.
Wow.
You know, to have, you know, to get that type of support to where, you know, the president uses your infrastructure to develop a program.
Yeah. That's huge, man.
Huge, man.
Have you met him yet?
I met Obama twice.
Okay.
When he was senator, and then once when he was president. You know, at one point in his presidency. So
he's an amazing guy, isn't he?
Yeah, smooth operator, cool guy.
How you doing, Dr. Eddie?
America.
You have any political aspirations?
I did, but I don't know more.
Which means you probably will.
Too messy.
Man, at first, when I was working in...
13th is open.
Yeah, man. It's closed in my mind. Man, when I was working working as a assistant to the congressman at the time, man, I was like, yeah, I'm running for office. By the time that thing was over, I said I'm running from office. So
it's messy.
yeah, I mean, politics, politricks, you see all of it. I think, when you think about Martin and Malcolm, never served political office at all,
Right.
but the trajectory
Right.
of what they did to change the game
Right.
and stuff like that.
Right.
You don't have to have a pulpit, but
Do you feel like you could do more? Do you feel like you could do more through the on the platform that you're now on, or through this platform? You think you can do more actually than if you were in office or in public office, or as a civil servant or whatever? Do you feel like this platform motivating, inspiring, mentoring is a better platform for you?
I think it has its, it can have its pros and cons. With serving in office, you have more exposure, this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
But you do have to really try to exercise the agenda of what it is that you campaign for.
Yeah.
Can't be campaigning for no mentoring.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You think politics corrupt? Do you think it?
I think so. I think there's always the good and bad in it, and I think there are a lot of good politicians out there. Yeah. But oftentimes there's no way that you can't have one foot in the problem and in the solution too. You're taking money from people, special interest groups, PACs, all this stuff.
Yeah.
People want you to. They want to Pinocchio you. You know what I'm saying?
Like you, I thought about it. I thought, people were pushing me. Yeah. I thought about it, and I'm like, no. Yeah. I'm like, no. It's a.
We've been too many places to be politicians.
Absolutely. Oh, 12 they all.
Oh no, don't worry about it. I just quit yesterday. You found that out.
Right.
But it's a dance you got to do. Yeah. I'm not saying I'm afraid of challenges, but I don't know. That's a whole different beast, man.
Oh yeah.
It's a whole different beast.
And I've seen him operate. I've seen him. I mean, sitting in the car for 2, 3, 4 hours, calling hundreds of people.
Wow.
Trying to galvanize resources, all this stuff. Can I drum up your support? Oh,
for hours.
Yeah.
It's some labor behind it. Some grassroots.
But you're making an impact. I mean, case in point, Obama takes you on what you all did, uses that for his influence. My brother's keeper thing. So you've influenced.
Yeah, right.
And you are an influencer.
Yeah.
Hey, Doctor, what would you say to people that want to be like you? Of course, they can't be you, but they can be a better version of themselves. How does someone become like you?
Because they don't want to be you. Yeah. A lot of young people, they want to be you.
They look at you and they want to be you. I want to be like you. And I hear E.T. say that a lot. People, I'm going to be the next number one motivational speaker in the world. He's like, you got to do the work. Yeah. So what does it look like? What does that journey process look like?
Yeah. There was a story of Bishop Jakes. He told a story. He said somebody he was praying for somebody. He said, "Oh man, Bishop Jakes, pray for me. Pray that I have your anointing. Pray that I get to be like you." So he said, I started praying that he'd lose his father when he was young. So I started praying that certain people would betray him and things of that nature. He said, No. I don't want that prayer. You can stop praying. Right? It is your own journey. You have to find your own level of authenticity, and you're gonna have to live through some dying places. You're gonna have to grow through what you go through. It's not gonna be something that just happens in the midnight hour or the times where it's all joy and you with celebrities and you're bumping shoulders and this, that, the other. Yeah. No, it's a lot of dark days of depression, mental discombobulation. Weeping may endure for a night, but it doesn't. But joy doesn't come in the same night. You know what I'm saying? And that night process is not just 12 hours. Sometimes it's years.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of mourning before the morning.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. You're right.
Right. So how do people that have a heavy call in their life that understand their purpose deal with the mental part?
I think one thing is you do have to discover your why in the midst of it. And then you also have to get to a place of by any means necessary, I'm gonna make this happen. You have to have a determination. It's not gonna be motivation. Motivation is like taking a bath. You got it today, you're gonna need it tomorrow, and you're gonna have to have the determination. Which is gonna lead to a level of consistency. Motivation, I feel it, I do it.
Okay.
Don't feel like it, I don't do it. Right, conditional.
Yeah.
So you got to have something that is a fire inside of you that this is what I want to do. If they couldn't pay me to do it, I'm still gonna do it.
So what do you do to push yourself? What are your passions? Do you go to work out? Do you do a TV show? Eat? What is that space for you?
Keep that fire.
Yeah, it is me continually challenging myself.
Okay.
Phil Jackson said, "You're only a success based upon the success that you accomplish the next time."
Okay.
You know, it is something that is to keep you in your engine going. Yesterday's home runs don't score today's points.
Yeah.
You know, what I did yesterday, and I don't care how many accomplishments it was. And some people may say, "Oh, well, you know, you're not embracing and celebrating." Yeah, it is, but you know, on to the next one.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's
So
right.
I'm gonna take a breath for a minute, but hey, the work still has to be done. So you know, I'm a workhorse. You know what I'm saying?
And we're at the top of the year. How you feel about resolutions?
I don't do the resolutions.
You don't do
man.
it? Okay.
I don't do the resolutions.
Why?
Because
I've heard both pros and cons, so I want to know.
I don't.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you why too.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think the resolutions, a lot of times people say new year, new me, and everybody has their vision board of what they want.
Okay.
But when's the last time you saw a vision board of what somebody's willing to give up?
Oh, you get in trouble, doc.
You
You're
know
doing
what I'm saying?
surgery in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to give up this bad attitude. I'm gonna give up this bad eating. I'm gonna give up all this other stuff, so on and so forth. I say 2022 is the year of surrender. It's not my year; it's God's year.
Okay.
And me surrendering it to Him, to let Him breathe on what it is that I have and my ideas, this, that, and the other, to where I'm saying not my will,
Okay.
but His will be done, and it takes the pressure off of you, because if it's God's will, it's His bill. But also you got to co-labor and you got to co-partner with Him and do what you got to do on your level, right? And so if you are going to, you know, have a resolution, you got to resolve to say, listen, I'm going to be strategic. As we were talking about, if you don't evolve, you won't be involved. You know what I'm saying? I got to do something different. Doing the same old thing, expecting a different result is insanity. It's going to be a new year, but the same old person.
I'm a best practice practical type of guy.
Yeah.
Tell me something I can do for the new year.
Well, you know what? What you can do is create a plan. You fail to plan. You know, people don't plan to fail; they just fail to plan. So I think you creating a plan, a daily agenda. This is what you're going to accomplish in that span of time.
That's good.
You know, LeBron gets 24 hours. Beyonce gets 24 hours. Your surgeon gets 24 hours. It's what you're doing in that span of time to say, all right, these are my goals. And we always got our goals. But what's the action plan? And how do I develop smart goals? Specific, measurable, attainable, you know, so on and so forth.
Okay. Get a plan. Why you don't do resolutions?
I don't do resolutions because I all throughout the year, every year, I have a plan. It goes back to that.
Okay.
So if my plan is consistent, then I don't need to, you know, have a resolution. What's resolution for? So I'm not against it. It's just that it's not for me.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I talk about the 24 hours in a day.
Yeah.
You know, I always say that we all have the same 24 hours. But successful people know how to manipulate time. And the manipulation of time comes through planning. If you plan your day, you can, and I put that in quotes, manipulate time. You wonder how is it that Dr. Connor can do so much? He's flying here, he's there, he's mentoring, he's doing this and that. How? And I found that I just put like the lazy people, the people aren't willing to put in the work, those that don't plan, they never have enough time.
Never have enough time.
Never do.
And it's the same 24 hours.
Right. Same 24 hours.
Netflix and chill, but not networking bills.
Come on.
A mentor of mine says, if you want to get something done, find a busy person to help you do it. They'll figure it out.
Wow.
Don't get nobody ain't got no. You can say, oh, they got time. No. They got time for a reason, okay? They ain't doing much.
They ain't maximizing.
Find somebody that knows how to manipulate time, knows how to plan, and can show you how to plan to help you accomplish that.
I like that inspirational.
That's good.
Inspirational. I follow him on
right.
all social media.
So you ain't gonna rob me of my time.
Use my time wisely.
That's right.
Hey,
it's talk time.
It's talk time. Rob and E. Dr. Connor's here. Hey, you jumped into the relationship space.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he in the hot seat. He in the hot seat.